Hi Leo, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of August. Happy birthday. It is your birthday season. The sun entered your sign on July 22nd and will be there until August 22nd. And when the sun entered your sign, the moon was in Leo. It wasn't technically a new moon, but it still brought a surge of creative, heart-based energy that we all can use because the sun loves being in Leo. And so the other thing too is that transiting Mars is in your fellow fire sign of Aries, and it entered there on June 27th and will remain in Aries until January 6th of next year. And it's transiting in your house of hope and manifesting. It's the house of publicity and promotion, of higher learning and teaching and publishing. This is an excellent time to go back to school, to take classes, to take webinars, to promote yourself. If you're writing a book or working on projects, it's an excellent time for getting published or doing teaching of some form. So that's an energy, and it's great to have the Mars in Aries and the sun in Leo. We need some fire. We need some hope and enthusiasm, and the sun in Leo definitely provides that. Now, on August 1st, you want to be aware that transiting Mercury, which has been in Cancer for quite some time, and in occupying your 12th house of the subconscious mind and imagination, and it's been there since the end of May, and it was retrograde from June 18th until July 12th, and now it's about to exit Cancer, but it forms an opposition to Pluto in your house of work and daily routines. So there could be issues at the workplace that can be a combative energy, so lay low with that. And then on August 3rd, we have a full moon that occurs at 11 degrees and 46 minutes of Aquarius, and that falls in your house of relationships. Now, bear in mind that earlier in the year, Saturn was in Aquarius from March 23rd until July 1st, transiting in your house of relationships. Now, that can be a restructuring around partnerships. That's going to be the big focus for you the next few years, because Saturn is going to re-enter your house of partnerships on December 17th and remain there until March of 2023. And you got a brief glimpse of that energy. For those that are in relationships, it could be a deepening of commitment, but in the same vein, if you're involved in relationships that are toxic or have just, you're not growing or evolving together, Saturn is going to really bring you to task and what you need to do to repair the relationship, or whether it's time to end the relationship. And in the same vein, it could be that you're deepening the commitment and getting married or furthering that. And so this full moon could also bring completion to projects you've been working on, partnering with other people. Now, on August 4th, transiting Mars in Aries squares Jupiter in the sky. And Jupiter's transiting in your house of work and daily routine. That's where all that Capricorn restructuring energy has been for you since the beginning of the year. And that could be a big surge of energy. Maybe you're getting a lot accomplished. And that day, transiting Mercury finally exits Cancer and enters your sign, where it will remain for 2 weeks and transiting in your first house of self. So a lot of socializing and networking, and excellent for business for you. So this is really a good time for launching new things, because Mars will retrograde on September 9th and will be retrograde until November 13th. So that's not a good time for launching new projects altogether. Get things going as much as you can this month, even if Mars is making more combative aspects, which it is, but it's direct, and we've got to use what we can use, and Mars does love being in Aries. Now, on August 5th, transiting Venus is going to meet up with the North Node of Destiny in your house of friends and groups and networking and social media. It's an excellent time for meeting new people. It's an excellent time for networking and doing creative projects. It's excellent for opportune and fated situations coming into your life, but definitely good for going on a first date carefully, or meeting new people or networking and putting yourself out there professionally and finding your tribe, because that's also the 11th house for you. So that's a nice energy. And then Venus exits the sign of Gemini on August 7th and enters the sign of Cancer, where it will be until September 6th. So Venus will be transiting in your 12th house, where Mercury was for quite a while, where the total solar eclipse fell on the solstice weekend. A lot of energy for you around 12th house matters in recent time, which could be spiritual work, intuitive work, very good for healing, doing self-healing. And so Venus in the 12th house is very creative, and you're the most creative of all the fire signs. So that's good for working with your imagination, doing creative projects, and doing self-care, okay? Now, on August 13th, transiting Mars is going to square Pluto in the sky, and that's a combative aspect. And again, the Capricorn energy is in your house of work. So Mars in your house of promotion is squaring Pluto in the sky in your house of work and daily routine. There could be, again, issues at work, or it could be just that people are going to be extremely combative that day. That's a day to lay low and not to partner with other people or to avoid conflict as much as you're able, because things are going to fire up for all of us in August. And then on the 15th of August, Uranus is going to station retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus, and it retrogrades in your house of career and life goals. We feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And for you, it could be that there's a lot of unexpected events professionally. Uranus is the planet of ingenuity and of chaos. So expect the unexpected, but we'll certainly feel that energy. And I neglected to say, but on the 2nd of August, the Sun in Leo squares Uranus at the top of your chart in the house of career. So that could be very innovative but unpredictable energy on the 2nd that you'll be contending with. So on the 16th of August, the Sun in Leo forms a trine to Mars in your house of hope and publicity, and this is a really positive energy for promoting yourself, for feeling optimistic, for manifesting. On the 17th of August, the Sun in, Mercury in your sign also forms a trine to Mars, and the Sun meets up with Mercury in the sky in your first house. Excellent for pitching ideas, and that's right before your annual new moon that takes place on August 18th. So you really want to target those couple of days, because a lot around launching new beginnings, communication of all forms, promoting yourself. And on the new moon, that's your birthday, this is your birthday month, the new moon occurs at 26 degrees of Leo, and that defaults back to the total solar eclipse that occurred in your sign on August 21st of 2017, and that was at 28 degrees of Leo, which is the royal fixed star known as Regulus, the kingmaker and the queenmaker. So this new moon will set that off. It's a very creative new moon. It's in your sign, in your house of new beginnings, and Venus in the sky that day forms what's known as a sextile, an aspect of opportunity, to Uranus and Taurus in your house of career. So there could be excellent career opportunities with that energy, and again, very creative energy. And on August 24th, transiting Mars squares Saturn in the sky. Again, it's like driving with the brakes on. You feel like you can't make progress. It's excellent for doing laborious tasks that need a lot of attention and time, but it's not something where you get immediate results, and it can be very frustrating, and people will feel angry with that energy too. But on the 25th of August, we have Mercury in Virgo, where it's in its rulership, and for you it's falling in your house of income and money, and it enters Virgo on August 19th. Mercury trines Uranus in the sky in your house of career. That's very innovative energy. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so that's excellent. And that day, Venus in Cancer forms an opposition to Jupiter. That can be excessive energy, but they're the two benefics, and I think it's to just enhance the creativity. So I like that energy a lot. And on the 27th of August, Venus in Cancer forms a trine to Neptune in Pisces, and that is lovely energy and really, very creative and very romantic energy. So that's another good date. But bear in mind, on the 30th of August, Venus in Cancer forms an opposition to Pluto, and that could bring breakups and again, it's going to be in your house of secrets, Venus opposing Pluto in your house of work. So there could be some issues at work that are challenging. But that day also transiting Mercury in your house of income and money and what you value forms an opposition to Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune is in your 8th house of joint resources and finances. So that can be very, and blocked wounds, and that could be very difficult energy. So the 30th is not a date that any of us wants to really target to pitch things, but you have a lot to work with. The sun loves being in Leo. The new moon is in your sign, and it's a very creative new moon, so make the most of it, Leo, and have a very happy birthday, and thank you very much. Take care.